Peace family, it's Jay Morrison, also known as Mr. Real Estate. And I start off like that because I can't assume that everybody knows who I am, although y'all probably should, but it's cool. So I'm an international real estate developer, 2-time best-selling author, TV personality. You might have seen me on NBC, on Today Show, Fox News, CNN, BET, I don't know, somewhere. And I'm also the founder and CEO of the Jay Morrison Academy. I'm a wealth strategist and coach, and as well as a 2-time best-selling author. Did I say that? I'll say it again, 2-time best-selling author. So I'm really proud of that. Anyway, this is the Level Up series. It is how we level up. And I just really, as I mentor tens of thousands of people and I coach a select handful around the country, around the world actually. We do have some overseas clients that we coach, we privately coach. So as I do that, there's a lot of frequently asked questions that come up. And so I started taking notes in my phone of these questions, taking inventory of them. And I said, outside of my academy students and outside of my coaching clients, let me give just a general public some game on what I find most people are inquiring about or most people need to know. So what I talked about in part 1 was how, as real estate investors, or those who are interested in doing real estate, many of us don't even understand what that concept is, and many of us put a ceiling, a cap over our head of how big we can be in the industry. And I believe, just like the music industry, where before it was just rappers who just all they thought they could do was just rap. Like that was it. You rapped, you got paid, some big record company did all the fancy stuff, and you got your little dollar an album. Until people like Master P, to people like Jay-Z and Dame, to people like Puffy, Russell Simmons, they figured it out that, we could do the distribution and we could do the label side too. We could be businessmen and women too. Like, we don't gotta just be the rappers, the entertainers. And that's the same thing in the real estate industry, and it's kind of what I'm looking to spearhead in this Level Up campaign is that we can be the developers too. We can be the hedge funds too. We can be the REITs too. And I don't mean just a select few of us who got these like big educations. I'm talking about those who come from the bottom. Like, we can be all of that. So this video is, how we level up part 2, and it's how anyone, and it's five ways anyone can become a real estate developer, right? So I'm gonna break down for you all 5 simple ways that anyone could become a real estate developer. Not just a bird dog, not just a wholesaler, not just a house flipper. I'm talking about actually being a real estate developer and creating a company and a business model for yourself that'll be sustaining and be colossal, be epic. So really quickly, Facebook and Periscope, you guys make sure you share this. We're going all morning. Make sure you share this right now. Like, don't get lazy and cute. Like, actually share it to Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else. Like the page and leave comments if you can. And I'm gonna get into this quick little lesson on 5 steps or 5 ways anyone can become a real estate developer. So we'll move that to the side for T. So one of the first things, right, the foundation to anyone becoming a real estate developer, the foundation of it starts with this. This is the biggest thing that's missing. Right? To truly be a real estate developer, you gotta have a nice bandwidth of real estate and financial education. You can't go out here talking big money talk, but you don't even understand big money. Like, that's the problem. Like, that's what limits a bird dog, a wholesaler, a house flipper, or a standard investor, is they have a limited amount of knowledge. That's what limits a hot rapper, right? One of your favorite rappers who be killing it on shows, but why they can't be a record label exec is because that rapper doesn't have any business skills. They don't have a knowledge of the business, a knowledge of distribution, a knowledge of accounting, a knowledge of marketing, a knowledge of branding, a knowledge of tour setup. It's no different than in the real estate industry. If you don't understand credit, if you don't understand finances, if you don't understand evaluating deals, if you don't understand private financing, conventional financing, right? If you don't understand the process of what you gotta do to develop real estate, and many of you are like, wait, development is so big. And that's one of the common things we talk about. And that's going to be one of our next lessons, the difference between a real estate investor and real estate developer, right? So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But if you got a strong knowledge base, like, that's what helps me. It's like if you guys look at the over 800 videos on my YouTube channel, if you look at all the live posts and blogs that I've done, if you look at the hundreds of videos in the Jay Morrison Academy and all the content I put out, one thing you'll notice, all the conferences, all the workshops, all the panels, is that I never use index cards. I don't use a teleprompter, right? All my lessons, I don't even prepare for my lessons. I don't study the night before. I just wake up and I just say, what are we talking about today? It's because I know what I'm talking about. I have the knowledge base. I have a high financial and intellectual IQ. And that's what everybody got to gain. When you got the knowledge base, when you could talk about, you could bust down an ROI on any property, you could bust down the purchase ratio, qualifying ratio on any property, when you could talk about the residual income or net operating income or the gross income or net operating income after taxes, right? When you could do all those things because you have the formulas and the knowledge base, it puts you in a position to be a developer and play this game and maneuver in this industry at the highest level. It's all about what you know. That's what separates the rapper, right? The regular rapper from Jay-Z the rapper. Is what he knew and what his team knew that allowed them to go independent as a record label and leverage his skills in the industry. So if you have skills as an investor, dope, great. Now leverage the knowledge base and gain the knowledge base to take it from just being an investor, house flipper, wholesaler to being a developer, right? So that's your foundation. One is just education. Two, we talk about the kinds of education. One of the biggest things you need to have knowledge of is credit. You gotta have a strong foundation on how to establish personal credit and business credit for you, your partners, and your potential buyers. One of the things that has made us so successful is because of my extensive knowledge base. Not only am I able to access money through my personal credit, my business credit, my partner's credit, but I'm also able to help build the credit of others who may actually buy the townhomes or buy the single family homes or buy the developments that we are purchasing or that we're selling or that we're developing. So the more you know about anything, the more options and strategies you can actually apply. Like that's it. It's all about giving yourself, like I say, the financial arsenal, all the weapons you need. So like for instance, one of my mentees, right, one of my proteges, wants to get into real estate. He has a really good job, right, as a correction officer, has a really good job, but has no time, and just hasn't made enough money yet, enough capital yet, to actually invest in the industry. Like, Jay, I want to get down. He see me. He like, yo, I see what you're doing. I'm proud of you, but man, I don't want to get down, but I just don't have enough money. So what we did is we partnered him up with my partner, Will Roundtree, who does our credit coaching, and we got this particular, he's not even a client. He's just like my friend. He's younger than me. I just mentor him. I have a liking to him. I think he's a really good guy. He supports me, right? He's a really good young king. And so anyway, in 1 week, we got him access to $70,000. Oh, I gotta do this. We got him access to $70,000 in 1 week of capital through his credit. He had one day he texted me out the blue. He's like, I'm getting there, King. And he had a 765 credit score. I was like, dope. I was like, now put some zeros in your bank account. I don't care what your credit score is, what your bank account look like. So if you got $3,000 or $10,000 in the bank, but you got a 765 credit score, you ain't doing something right. It's not the point. The point of building credit is not to die with a dope credit score. Like, yeah, I'm in the 800 club, woo woo, but I'm broke. What the hell is that gonna do? You can't pass your credit score down to your kids. So the whole point of having credit is to just strategically leverage your credit to be able to access capital to make more money for yourself. So when we teach credit repair, credit building, credit restoration, we teach those things. I'm not just telling you about getting good credit just so you can get a Louis bag or go to Best Buy or Victoria's Secret. I'm telling you how to rebuild your credit so you can access capital using your credit, whether it be private financing, traditional financing, FHA, VA, hard money, or tapping into credit lines, secure credit cards, leveraging the equity in your home, we'll talk about next. So the whole point of having credit is to give you a base to strategically leverage your credit. This is the key words. Leverage. Right? Strategically leverage your credit to make more money for yourself. See, we want to be wealthy. We tired of poverty. I'm here trying to break the poverty curse, like my queen and my sister Roberta Hosky says, right? Our instructor in our business mastery course in the academy. She has an initiative to break the poverty curse. I love that. My thing has been bridging the wealth gap. All the same thing. But if we're going to do that, we got to be able to strategically leverage our credit. We have to do what the wealthy do. We want to be wealthy. If we want to be rich, we got to do what the rich do. We can't keep doing what the poor folks do. We got to do what the rich do. So that's what I've done. Over the last 12 years I've been in this industry, working in mortgage companies. I've managed 2 mortgage companies, being a celebrity realtor, first African in America hired by Sotheby's International Realty in New Jersey, real estate expert for NBC's Today Show, real estate expert for many celebrities, developing millions in real estate, having millions of dollars of extended credit in my own name, in my business name. So all these experiences that I've been through over the last 12 years, I'm just giving back to whoever wants it. It's for everybody. And I'm intentionally trying to make sure I impact and affect my community because we have been lagging in the wealth column. We've been least. We're the least amongst us. And this stuff you're not going to learn in grammar school. You're not going to learn it in high school. They don't even teach you credit in college. You done spent $60 grand for that college education and left out not even knowing what a FICO score was. So that's why we created our school, the J. Morrison Academy, to be able to teach you the stuff we never were taught. But once you learn how to do this, Jerron now is going to take this money, this $70,000 out of his access to credit, and now we're going to park that into a development project, whatever it is. I know what it's going to be. And off this money, he's going to end up making a close to 140% return on his money he's accessing through credit. Simple. But it only gets simple because we know what we're doing. It only know what we're doing because we have the education. It all boils back down to what you know. So second thing, right? Third thing. This video is about 5 ways that anyone can become a real estate developer. So the first thing is, boom, educate yourself. Second thing is, have a specialized knowledge of credit, but learn how to strategically leverage your credit. If you're scared to sign on the dotted line and risk your credit to be able to make thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, you need to be in a different industry. You need to go work for somebody. Because the great part about credit is that even if you risk your credit, whether beginning a loan or leveraging your credit through trade lines or credit cards or whatever, if this deal, God forbid, went bad, or any deal went bad, and your credit got a bruise on it, you had a short sale of property, a foreclosure on a property, you had to file bankruptcy, who really cares at the end of the day? You ain't died, you ain't go to jail, and credit can always be rebuilt, restored, and repaired. You back at it again. We gotta stop holding on and hoarding our credit like it's the end of the world and God forbid something happen, like what the hell's gonna happen? Like you broke anyway, so what do you got to lose? So if there's little to lose and a lot to gain, why not try? So third thing, that anyone can be a real estate investor. I want to say it like this. Again, leveraging. Same thing, leveraging the equity in your home. In my book, Lord of My Land, 5 Steps to Home Ownership, I make it very easy. And I break it down in 5 steps how you buy your first home, second home, third home the right way. Once you buy a home the right way, whether it's a multifamily, single family, whatever it may be, your home will eventually gain equity if you don't already buy it with equity. It will appreciate in value, and what's called principal pay down is you'll pay down your mortgage. So as you're paying down your mortgage principal, your house is then raising in value, you're creating what's called equity. Equity is the difference between what you owe on a property and what it's worth on the market. So as you create equity, you can refinance your home and pull out cash, tax-free, or get a home equity loan or home equity line of credit, which is the best. A home equity line of credit is the best thing you can do in tapping into your equity. Why? Because when you get a line of credit, you don't start paying on the money immediately. Like when you get a refinance, you get a whole new loan, you gotta start paying immediately. When you get a home equity loan, you gotta pay on that loan immediately. When you get a home equity line of credit, you just start paying on it whenever you use that line of credit. So if you don't use it for 2 months, you never pay on it. If you use 30,000 out of 70, you only gotta pay on 30, not the whole 70. So lines of credit are the best, but you leverage the equity in your home again to do the same thing. Go invest in real estate. Go develop real estate. But you can't even develop real estate even having equity or having access to credit or capital if you don't know how to do it. So it all boils down to the knowledge base, but these are simple ways to access the capital that you think you don't have. Fourth thing. Oops. 401ks, IRAs, pensions. Again, having a knowledge base of how to leverage your 401ks, old 401ks, current 401ks, IRAs, self-directed IRAs, and your pensions. Learning how to tap into those for you to be able to develop real estate. And here's the other dope part about it. If you're someone that doesn't have a 401k or IRA, if you're someone that doesn't have a home and doesn't have equity, you saying, Jay, I'm only 22 years old. I ain't got no damn home with no equity. I ain't got no 401k, and I barely got any credit. That's okay though. If you know about these things, don't your parents, your uncle, your cousins, or some random stranger from a LinkedIn group or a real estate investors group or whoever, maybe they have these things? But you can't tap into theirs and make them your partner if you don't know these things. So what I'm saying is, as a developer, here's the whole thing about being a developer and why the education is so important. Because you get more strategy. So say you're 22 years old and you have no credit, no equity in your home, no 401k, no IRA. Or you're 33 years old, you just came home from 10 years in prison. Or you're a salon owner, or you come up the pole, you're a stripper, I don't care what you are, where you come from. If you understand the strategies, you as the developer and the person in the know can make money off of a deal by simply bringing in all the pieces you need. So if you don't got credit, cool, bring in a credit partner. You don't have any capital, cool, then bring in a capital partner, capital meaning money. So now, but you gotta be the one at least to have the knowledge base and understand how to evaluate deals and put them together, so you can say to these people, hey, guess what? I know a better way for you to park your money than your 401k, than your IRA, than your pension. Hey, guess what? Hey mom, I know you got a 780 credit score and we poor as hell, so why don't we leverage your credit and tap into some capital so we can get into a development project? Or Uncle Johnny, or hey, Aunt Betty, I know you got some equity in your home and you're trying to figure out how to retire a little easier. Why don't we park this into a development project? But you can't have those conversations. No one will trust you with their money, their equity, with their credit. If you don't have a knowledge base, you haven't built a business for yourself, you have nothing viable to offer. So the whole point is that the more we know, we can bust all these moves and all these strategies, and we could be the bosses in the situation. We could be the rainmakers. But you only can do it off your knowledge base. That's the only thing people are going to trust. So fifth, right? So we got equity, we got 401ks, boom. We have your savings, checking, mutual funds, etc., right? Or cash. Leveraging what you already have or what others around you already have. Doing this can put you in a position again. You leverage theirs or you leverage yours. Based on your foundation of having knowledge of how to do this, you leverage this, and now you're able to get into development deals as a developer. So when pulling the strings, putting it all together. And this is real, this happens every day. So I want to give you guys a quick little touch-up lesson on this. Because this is like probably one of my best lessons for real. I teach this to my highest level coaching clients, and I'm giving it to you for free, just because. So here's the deal. Right? That's a shoebox. That's a bank. That's the stock market. This is real estate. Right? So everybody with money has the same problem. Whether you have 10 grand, 100 grand, or $1 million. I'm gonna just give you $1 million, right? Either way, you got the same problem. Where can I put my money where my money makes more money for me? So everybody who has money in a shoebox, under a mattress, or safety deposit box, you got that cash money, you're getting 0% interest on your money, no matter how much money you got in a shoebox. It's making you no money. None. And then with the cost of living going up every year, 3%, which is called inflation, because your money's not worth what it was a year ago, it's not worth what it, or it's not worth what it was, or won't be worth what it was, 3 or 5 or 10 years ago. every year you're losing 3% of your money. So you're actually losing money every year with your cash sitting in a shoebox under your mattress or a safe deposit box. Then for those of you who have money in the bank that's getting you like a 1% or less interest, you're making $100 on 10,000. You're making $1,000 on 100,000, or 10,000 on a million. Get a 1% in a savings account, checking account, or in the bank, right? And if you even want to look at this as being a CD, a 3-year CD. So you tie your money up for 3 years, you get 3%. That means you're just getting 3,000, and 30,000 on 3%. So you got $1 million in a CD, or $100,000 in a CD. You're getting 3,000 a year on 100,000. That's because you don't know shit. And the same banks are taking your money, your 100,000, giving you 3,000 like a little homie, like a pitcher, like a runner, giving you 3,000 on 100, and then they're taking your 100 and they're going to loan that out at 12 and 15% interest. They're taking your money and going to buy downtown, taking your money and going to buy investments and lend to investors and developers to regentrify your community and kick your ass out and give you back 3,000. Why they took your 100 and made hundreds of thousands? Because you don't know nothing. But that's what's happening. So same thing in the stock market. You got money sitting in the stock market, you need 5, I even say 6%, which you're not getting because the S&P index is actually down over the last year. But say 6% in the stock market, which you're not even gonna get, but just say you got a killer stockbroker, you're getting 6%. So you're making $600, $6,000, and $60,000 on your million. So you got $1 million, and you got this stockbroker. I ain't never been to college a day in my life, but you got this stockbroker with his slick suit and hair slicked back, and he's telling you from Merrill Lynch or Goldman Sachs or one of these companies, and they're telling you, hey, you can retire forever and you're an NFL athlete, NBA, take your signing bonus of $1 million, park it in this account safely for 6%, we're gonna get $60,000 a year. The same $60,000 you spend in the club in one night or one weekend. You can't live off this, off $1 million, when the same money you could have parked into real estate and killed all these returns. We're averaging 17 to 22% on just standard deals. 17, 22%. In our new development deals, our return on investment is 140% on our development flips. So you talking about, even at 17%, you talking about making 170,000 on that million. You talking about making 17,000 on that 100,000. Not to mention this, everybody take a good look at this about the racing. But this is the board. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You don't gotta believe Jay Morrison. You can go, hey, you're a liar. That's cool, but my numbers don't lie. And my integrity's intact. So all I'm trying to show you is that they gassing us, they juicing us. They're using your financial illiteracy, your lack of financial IQ against you because you don't know shit. So they want to take advantage of you. That's why Malcolm said we're economically exploited. They exploit us so we don't know shit. So check this out. So you're parking all this money. Now, those stocks, those banks, that cash, it gets you whatever returns. Real estate gets you whatever returns. But here's the other perks of real estate and being a developer. Not only do you get better returns, right? Now remember, this lesson is not just for you. This lesson is for you to know, because you could teach others and it put you in a position to be a real estate developer. See, the more you know, it's not just for you. It's for you to strategically leverage these weapons to be able to encourage and entice and educate others to be a part of your own developments. So you take what I'm teaching you and go teach others and put them on your team and go do some shit. As simple as that. You can do it being mentored by me in my school. You can do it by being a coaching client with me, as a private coaching client, a group coaching client. Or you can do it without me and go with somebody else. I don't even care. That's how dope it is. You don't even gotta use me. I ain't even mad at you. Just take the information and go build some wealth for yourself. And I'm cool with that. So look at better returns. Real estate also gives you cash flow, right? It's tangible. You get power and control from real estate. These are all the benefits of owning real estate versus a stock, a CD, or just having it in a shoebox. Also with real estate, we talked about it, it appreciates in value. It goes up in value. Then on top of that, you got tax advantages. So unlike all those other financial vehicles, the dope part about real estate is you got the power and control. You own the mineral rights of the land. You own the air rights above the land. You own the property. You have the power to control. You can touch it, feel it, hug it. You get tax advantages from the real estate. You don't get that from the CD. You get appreciation in value. You get cash flow. You get better returns. This is why they're not telling us this shit. This is why they don't teach it in high school. This is why they don't teach it in college. They don't give it to us. They're not supposed to give it to us. Why would they do that? We have too much money, too much power. So this is why I'm here to say, let's level up, y'all. 2016, 2017, and beyond. This is our time. We got the information. I'm bringing us the game. It's like when somebody came, it's like when Russell Simmons came and gave everybody the rap game, the blueprint. Yo, I'm giving everybody the real estate blueprint. You can sign a Def Jam or not. You go to Bad Boy or you go to Death Row. I don't care what you do with it. I'm still big homie. I'm giving you the blueprint. Everybody can run with this, take it back to your communities, and let's eat. If you want to break bread with me, you find me at jmorrisonacademy.com. Simple as that. Level up.